Okay, I want to bring you some breaking news that's coming through to us just right now. The Olympic Games, which officially opens in Paris later today, Friday, well, people are being told not to go to train stations. The French rail company SNCF says its network has been the victim of several malicious arson attacks that have damaged their facilities. The statement goes on to say that high-speed train traffic is very disrupted. A large number of services will have to be cancelled. OK, let's go straight to our correspondent, Bernard Smith. He joins us now live in Paris. So just hours away from the opening ceremony, Bernard, what are you hearing about the French rail company?
Yeah, well, this attack, according to the French National Railways, has brought the high-speed railway network across France to a halt. It says there have been attacks on, it seems, arson attacks on a series of signalling boxes at different locations around the country, and it means that the SNCF, the National Railway Company, is telling people not to go to their railway stations today. They've got journeys planned today not to travel. You can imagine how incredibly disruptive this is across the country. Not only are people travelling to work, but it's the holiday season, hundreds of thousands of people travelling on holiday, and now they've been told, the railways are saying that they're not expecting this to get back to normal until Monday. So right on the day of the opening ceremony of the Olympics, a clear indication of the enormous security challenges France is facing with what appears to be this coordinated network attack on the railway network. Here in Paris, already unprecedented security operation underway. 45,000 members of the police, the military, the gendarmerie and the security forces patrolling the city, a large area along the Seine, locked down for this unprecedented opening ceremony tonight, which will go along 6 kilometres of the Seine, watched by more than 100 leaders, global leaders from countries across the world. So a really intense security operation here in Paris.
And the Games are being held, of course, against the backdrop of wars in Gaza, in Ukraine. We've also got political upheaval within France itself. Macron has been calling for an Olympic truce, hasn't he? I mean, is he likely to get that?
Yeah, he called for this Olympic truce even when, in a joint statement with Chinese President Xi Jinping when he was in France earlier on this year. And the UN General Assembly back in November, it also called for this Olympic truce. Well, there is no ceasefire in Gaza. Israel has not stopped its bombing. And in Ukraine, Russia is still making territorial gains there. So there isn't really much hope for an Olympic truce. There's also accusations of double standards because while the Russian and Belarusian countries are banned from the Olympics, they're sending between them just over 30 athletes who are not allowed to fly their national flags and not allowed to take part in the opening ceremony. The accusations of double standards are that Israel is allowed to take part. Israel's got 88 athletes here. The Palestinian Olympic Committee had called for Israel to be blocked and not allowed to take part in the Olympics because of the war in Gaza, but those calls have fallen on deaf ears. And in fact, the Israeli players will have some of the tightest security of anybody here at the Olympics.
OK, thank you for that. Bernard Smith there in Paris ahead of the opening ceremony, which takes place on the River Seine later today.